Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. What a big weekend for Tennessee on the recruiting trail. You had Ethan Utley, you had George McIntyre out there leading the charge for five-star offensive tackle David Sanders. You got a commitment from four-star safety Shady Hayward, and now that final domino of the weekend has fallen. The flip is finally official. Deshaun Brame has committed to Tennessee, flipped his commitment from Oregon to the Volunteers. A lot of buzz around this thing, man. We kind of knew this was coming. You go back to the tweets of Chad Simmons, George McIntyre, Ethan Utley calling a surprise commitment. We're speculating on who. Then we find out it is Deshaun Brame. Then we're speculating on when. There was a lot of buzz. There was a lot of buzz around Friday, but that got delayed. Of course, Shady Hayward was scheduled to come off the board yesterday. So Deshaun Brame kind of held out until today, Sunday, but it is now official. He becomes the 20th commit in this class of 2025 for Josh Heupel and this coaching staff. Second tight end in the class paired with Jack Van Dorsey, and it's something we've talked a lot about throughout his recruitment. He was the only tight end in the class that Tennessee was willing to pair with Jack Van Dorsey. I think that tells you what they think about his talents and his abilities. They're happy with where the room's at right now. They're happy with where they're at with recruiting some of the guys in the class of 26, but they said, hey, if Deshaun Brame wants in the boat, he's the only tight end in this class that we will pair with Jack Van Dorsey. Now, you entered the weekend sitting around 12th according to the On3 industry rankings. Deshaun Brame is ranked 101st. Shady Hayward ranked 100th. You got 5 commits right now. 5 guys that are ranked inside that top 100 with George McIntyre, Douglas Utu, Marion Dye, Travis Smith. Yesterday, Shady Hayward jumping in the boat. So it'll be interesting to see where they bump with the new addition here from Deshaun Brame. Think they're definitely going to be inside that top 10. And you got some big-time commitments coming up over the course of the next couple of weeks. Of course, the headliner, 5-star offensive tackle David Sanders coming up on the 17th. But let's get into it. Let's talk about Deshaun Brame. But first, I need you guys to do me a favor. Smash the thumbs up just below this video. It is quick, it is free, and it's easy. All you got to do is hit that little thumbs up. We're playing a numbers game, analytics game here on YouTube always, so it does help. We would appreciate it. Also, if this is your first time ever watching the channel, welcome. We're not experts here. We're not insiders. We're not media. We don't pretend to be any of that. We react. We do what fans do. We speculate on message board rumors. We react emotionally. This channel is for the fans, by the fans. If you like what we do, make sure you subscribe. Click that bell for notifications. You won't miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. Got a busy week coming up Tuesday. Going to be playing EA Sports College Football 25, going live at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Fall camp. It's here. It's go time, boys. Fall camp is here. They kick off on Wednesday. We're going to go live Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Eric Kane of VolQuest and Locked On Vols will be in the house. We're going to have a fun night talking fall camp, maybe talk some predictions, some expectations. We'll get into it all. But let's talk about Deshaun Brame. Again, 4-star tight end, ranked 101st nationally. He's a top 5 tight end according to the On3 industry ranking. 6'4.5", 225 pounds. Man, Oregon had all the momentum in this thing, but Tennessee, you go back and follow that recruitment, Tennessee really won him over. I think a big part of it is his relationship with George McIntyre and his relationship with Jack Van Dorsey. And, even when he came in town for his visit, he spent time around campus. He spent time with the coaching staff, but he also spent 24 hours just in the city of Knoxville with George, with Jack, building that relationship. And I think that speaks volumes. Of course, you can go back and talk about the fact that his girlfriend's committed to play here. How big of a factor was that? I know Austin Price from VolQuest kind of put it out there. Sometimes happiness is more important. So I think Tennessee did a great job here recruiting, coaches recruiting across the board. Let's go take a look at a scouting report from Deshaun Brame. And I also want to show you guys some clips. But the first thing, man, that stands out to me when you pull up his tape and you take a look at what he can do is just his ability to go up and make catches, 50-50 balls. Watch right here. Quarterback throws it up. Deshaun Brame just goes up and gets it. And these are flooded throughout his entire highlight. Go watch his huddle film. Him just going up and making plays. And I think that makes him a huge weapon in the red zone. And now you're pairing him with Jack Van Dorsey. And, that's something we've seen that this coaching staff wants to do. You go back when they first arrived, right? You had Princeton Fant, you had Jacob Warren, then you had Jacob Warren, McAllen Castles. Now you got Ethan Davis, Holden Stace. Now in this same class of 25, you've got Deshaun Brame and Jack Van Dorsey. But let's go take a look at his scouting report. This comes from 247 Sports. Greg Biggins, national recruiting analyst over there at 247 Sports, says really impressive on tape. Says he plays like a jumbo receiver with a projectable frame. Says he's very fluid as an athlete, natural hands, never fights the football, well-built kid, naturally strong with a chiseled upper body, can easily beat press coverage, bullies opposing backers and safeties, great hand-eye coordination, extremely good tracking the ball down the field, runs well after the catch. Says for his size, he shows surprising quickness and wiggle with the ball in his hands, doesn't shy away from contact, can play in the slot or on the line, can get deep, has the hands and clean routes to be that ideal third and eighth security blanket. Says he has a really nice upside and projects as an early impact player at the college level with an NFL ceiling. So that's the scouting report on De'Son Brame. And again, we go back and talk about his recruitment. And it was a very interesting recruitment in it. It kind of brings up some talking points, some conversations when it comes to the world of recruiting in 2025. You know, he visited Tennessee back in the spring. Then he came back again for an official visit in June. And Tennessee felt like they had all that momentum coming off the official visit. So much so that some of the guys on the inside, some of the media guys were talking about, hey, if De'Son Brame wasn't going to go take a visit to Oregon next weekend, if the decision was now, we think he would choose Tennessee. He goes out to Eugene. He takes that official to Oregon. Tennessee held him off, right? There's no leaks. There's no fong bombs. There's no predictions saying that De'Son Brame is going to Oregon. But then around 48 hours before his decision, the Oregon moderators were in panic mode. They said that Tennessee leads. Tennessee's out front. The following morning, all of a sudden, the reports start to come out that Oregon threw all they had at him. Was it money? Was that promises? Was it playing time? That's what Austin Price, that was his wording. They threw all they had at De'Son Brame. The next morning, he wakes up. He commits to Oregon. Obviously, he had a change of heart. He ends up at the University of Tennessee. But what happened with that change of momentum there when they threw all they had at him? You know, we as fans, the first thing we think, well, they dropped off the pile of cash. And you look at Oregon and you think Nike money, right? But sometimes it's not all about money. Again, to go back and quote Austin Price again, sometimes happiness is more important. Sometimes happiness wins out. So, you know, we kind of saw that shift, how everything changed. The Chad Simmons tweet, G-Mac, Ethan Utley saying we had a surprise commit on the way. De'Son Brame comes in town this weekend, makes it official, makes the flip, commits to Tennessee. And he wasn't the only one on campus. Obviously, Shady Hayward drove in town. George McIntyre, Ethan Utley were here leading the charge against David Sanders. But Tennessee is on a roll right now, and you're seeing some momentum, and you're seeing a rise in the recruiting rankings. And that goes back to Saturday, July the 13th with Travis Smith, a four-star wide receiver, an elite prospect jumping in the boat. Tennessee versus Georgia. Tennessee won. Christian Gass, Tennessee versus Georgia. Tennessee won. Shady Hayward, Tennessee versus Georgia and Florida. Tennessee won. They're going into the state of Georgia, and they're going head-to-head with the Bulldogs, and they're winning some of these big boy battles. You got another one coming up on August the 2nd. Juan Gaston, we talked a lot about how he plays his cards close to the vest, going to be kind of quiet. Don't know where he's going to end up. The national media, the talking heads say Georgia, Tennessee's in it. We'll see where that one ends up. Faison Brandon coming up on August the 3rd. Let's kick off the class of 2026 with a bang and add the number one player in the country. And then you're going to have him for 2 years. 2 years to peer recruit for that class of 26. You got Josh Petty coming up on August the 12th. Then the big one, five-star offensive tackle David Sanders on August the 17th, took the visit out to Nebraska with Dylan Raiola. The quote from David Sanders after that visit, obviously everybody knows I took an unofficial to Nebraska during the spring. They have done such a great job of recruiting me since then. I just think they deserved another shot at me to come out and spend some more time with them and connect. Dylan Raiola wasn't here last time. He was at his sister's graduation. So just getting to spend some time with him. He met me at the airport. We got to talk all the way on the ride to Lincoln. With Tennessee, obviously just wanted to go see them one more time as well. And again, that's something that we talked about. If he did take visits, AP basically said, hey, he's going to take one to Tennessee too, so don't you worry. Tennessee got the last visit this weekend. At the time of this recording, I know the Rock was painted. Everybody's going to be meeting him at the Rock at 5 o'clock. Going to be a big-time electric atmosphere. I have no doubt that Tennessee is going to show up, show out, show love like only Vol Nation does. We're going to make Nebraska look pathetic. And I think Tennessee has all the momentum for the five-star offensive tackle, David Sanders. But the news today, De'Son Brame makes it official, flips that commitment from Oregon to Tennessee. How high will Tennessee jump in the rankings? Let's go talk about it in the comments section. But as always, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up on the way out the door. Go check out the Talkin VAWLS merchandise. You can do that at bonfire.com/store/Talkin VAWLS. That link's also in the description below. As always, shout out to all the members of the channel. Could not do this without you. Your support means everything, especially throughout the course of the offseason. When we're not talking football, we're talking recruiting. So I appreciate the support. You like the channel, the content, the videos, the live streams, whatever it is, think about hitting that join button. You can do it for as little as $1 a month. Fan call-in shows are getting ready to fire back up once fall camp starts. That starts at Talkin VAWLS Elite and higher. But if you can't give, don't give. Just hit the thumbs up because it's quick, free, and easy. Jump in the comment section. Let's talk about it because this is the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name's Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.